very good morning everyone. In our previous video we have seen the programs which are related with the defining member function outside the class. In our today's session I am going to take a practical regarding the nesting of member function as well as private member function. Now what is nesting of member function? Basically we have performed the programs which are based on the nesting of loop, or we can say nested if. What is the meaning of nesting? Nesting means when you call nested of if, that is if inside if. Similarly, nesting of loop means what? When you call loop inside loop. Similarly, nesting of member function means, now you must know about the member function. Member function is nothing but it is a part of any class. So nesting of member function means when you call the function inside the function, or we can say when we call the member function inside the member function of the same class, at that time that concept is known as nesting of member function. So let us start with the practicals in the screen of TurboC. We have taken the example of employee class, right? So over here only we are going to develop the program. Example of nesting of member function has include iostream.h has include ponyo.h. Now we are going to develop the class employee and semicolon. Now public keyword, because we know that the variable or data member of a class are private by default, so we need to make it public. Then three variables we are going to declare inside the employee class, that is the integer number, character nm of 25. Over here you can also use the pointer, and then integer salary. So these three are the variables which is declared inside the class employee. Now we are going to develop void getData. GetData is basically used to input the value from the user. So I am going to take three values from the user, that is my requirement. So 3 times I am going to use cout and cin statement. Enter number, cin variable number. Similarly cout, enter name, cin name, again cout, enter salary and cin salary. So using getData we are going to input, or we can say we are going to fetch the values from the user. Now one more function I want to develop, that is void display. Display is nothing but when I want to print the values which are entered by the user using getData function, that I want to display on the screen. So let me write the cout code for such. Employee detail is cout \n, number is, and cout name is nm variable, and cout. See, I have taken only a single example or similar example like previous whatever the class we have declared, or we can say declaring member function inside or outside any class. Why? Because you can get the difference between all the concepts. That's why I have taken the same program, or we can say same class I have developed. You can also develop the class student, or we can say class mark, or you can also take the class department. Any class you want to develop, that class you can take, and you can put the variable inside that particular class, right? So over here I have taken the same example, void main, clear screen and get ch. Now class name would be employee E1. E1 is the object of class EMP. Now what we are going to do, E1 dot get data, and we are going to perform E1 dot display. This is the program which we have performed in our previous videos, right? There is no changes yet I have performed. This is the member function which is declared inside the class, and I am going to create the object of employee class, and with the object of employee E1, with the help of E1 I am going to call the function which is declared within the employee class. Now what changes you need to do, you just need to put this line in the comment, because I don't want to call the function display from void main. Instead of that, what I am going to write, display. Let me write the comment line, calling member function inside the function, calling member function inside the function, and which is called nesting of member function. Now first of all let me save the program, then I will explain program number 13, because 12 programs we have already completed. So this is the program number 13, nesting of member function. Now what I perform, see, when you call display function outside the class, at that time you must need to create the object of that particular class, otherwise you are not able to access the display function, or you are not able to call the display function. But display is a part of employee class only. That means the get data and display, both functions are, we can say, the property of employee class, or we can say they are both are the child of employee class. So no need to develop any object, because it is only the part of that particular class. So what happens, you don't need to create object, or we can say you don't need to take a permission from the class. Instead of that, you can directly call the function like this. Now how program executes, that is the most important thing. See, over here it will display, it will clear the screen. After that it will create the object of employee class. So in the memory E1 is created. After creation of E1, we are going to call the get data. So cursor will move inside the get data function. It will ask to input number, name and salary from the user. Still this bracket is not over. Instead of that, after inputting the values inside these three variables, it will call the display function from here only. So now it's time to call display function. It opens its bracket. After that it will print these 4 lines using the function display. After that it will complete the bracket. Again it will come inside the get data function. Again get data is completed. again it will call into the get ch, and the finally execution of program is completed. Let me repeat once again. What is the concept of nesting of member function? A member function is nothing but it is a part of any class, and when you call one function within the other function of the same class, see, I am going to repeat this statement. Both the functions are the properties, or we can say are the children of similar class. So instead of creating object, I just want to call one function from the other function. At that time such thing can be possible with what? You just need to call that function by its name. So I am calling the display function when I call the get data over here. So when I call get data from the void main, at that time it will go into the get data, it opens the curly bracket, it will ask for 3 values to enter from the keyboard. After that it will call display function. Still this bracket is not over, it will call display function, the opening bracket of display, it will print these 4 lines on the screen. After that display function is over, again it will go inside the void get data, again it overs after the displaying data on the screen. After that it will come into the get ch, right? So in this way your program is executed, right? Now one more thing I want to specify over here. Suppose I don't want to call display function from get data, right? Then, and I don't want to create object of this, I don't want to call get data. Instead of get data I just want to call display function, right? Then what would be the changes? Let me repeat once again. Over here instead of calling get data I just want to call the display function, right? So how can I write the code regarding the calling of get data? See over here, see, we have called display function at the last. Why? Because display will display whatever the values which are entered by the user, that means this one, right? Suppose I will write this display line over here, at that time you will not get proper output. Why? Because when you call display function at the beginning of the function, at that time first of all it will execute the code which is written inside the display function, and then it will ask to input the values from the keyboard. So as I have told you that calling of function means a lot, so you need to take a care regarding the calling of function. So right now what is my requirement? I want to call the get data function from the display function. So at the very beginning of display function I need to call the get data. Now how program executes? It will create the object of employee class. After that it calls what? Display function. In the display function again we are going to call the get data. So before executing this code it will jump into the get data function. So now it's time to execute get data. It will ask to input 3 values, and then after completion of this code it displays the employee detail on the screen. After that display function is over. So be careful while you are going to call the function. You just need to maintain the sequence of calling of function. That is the main task you need to perform. So this concept is known as nesting of member function, and when you call the function within the other function, that concept is known as nesting of member function. And while you call one function within the other function but class would be the same, in such cases no need to create the object of that class. Because what is the reason? Because see, both are the properties of same class. If that property is belongs from you people, that is your personal property, at that time no need to take the permissions, or we can say no need to create the object of class. Instead of that, you just need to call the functions directly. But the only thing you need to remember is what? You just need to maintain the sequence of calling of function, otherwise you will not get proper output. So this is the first program of nesting of member function. Let me run the code. 1 Rahul and salary would be 5,000. As I have told you that output would be same in all the programs. Now I am going to remove comment line from the display function, and I am going to put get data. Over here I will create the object of employee class, and with the help of that I am going to call the get data function, right? Again, when you are going to repeat the output would be same. There is no changes regarding the output, only the execution of your program would be different. So this is the first program of our today's session. Now let me take one new file. Again, example of nesting of member function. 2 has include iostream.h, has include conio.h. We are going to develop class. One new class I am going to take, that is class largest. From the name of class only you are able to get that I am going to just input 2 numbers from the keyboard, and I need to find the largest number out of that 2 numbers. So let me write public keyword. Let me define 2 variables, integer a and b. I just want to write 3 different functions. Void input, in the input I need to input values of 2 variables. So enter value for a, cin a, similarly cout, enter value for b, cin b. Right now I just want to develop one new UDF, integer test. Test will test whether which value would be the greatest or largest. So I am going to put if condition over here. What is the code to find largest value? If a greater than b, in such cases return a, else return b. I will explain the code later on. Right now I am just going to develop the module and void output. Output will print the largest value, cout \n, largest number is test function, and the bracket of class is over. Now void main clr ser and get ch. Our class name would be largest. So largest L1 dot input and L1 dot output. We just need to call only 2 functions, right? So let me save the given code. Program number 14. Right now let me explain the given program. I have developed one class whose name is largest, right? And my requirement would be such that I want to input two values from the user, and out of that two values I just need to find out that which value is maximum, or we can say largest. So for that I have written three different modules, or we can say three different functions. One is called void input, other is called void output, right? Remember our concept is nesting of member function. Nesting of member function is nothing but when you call one function, that is called test, from the other function, that is called output. From output function we have called the test function, right? So that is called nesting of member function. So concept you need to keep in your mind, otherwise you are not able to develop the program. Now what happens, I have applied the formula for the finding the maximum out of two numbers. So for that I have used if a greater than b. In such cases you need to return the value of a. Similarly, otherwise you need to return the value of b. Now remember one thing, that this is the UDF which we have already developed in our previous videos when we have learned regarding the UDF, right? There are four types of UDF, and this UDF is which type of UDF? It is with return, because see over here we have not used void. Instead of void we have used the data type integer. Remember one thing, why I have taken the integer data type over here? Because it returns value a and b, and the variable a and b is declared as integer. So whatever value you are going to return, you need to write the data type of function accordingly. Suppose the data type of a and b would be float. In such cases you need to take a data type float over here. That is the condition. One more point I want to discuss over here, that this is the with return without argument. We have not passed any values yet inside the function, so this function is called without argument with return value. Remember one more thing over here, that see we have written two return statement over here, right? Why? Because in any of the cases, see at a time only one case is executed, or we can say only one return statement is going to execute at a time. So remember one thing, that we have written two return statements over here, but at a time it will execute at once. So now what happens, when you execute the program, at that time it will, first of all it will clear the screen. After that we have created the object of largest class. With the help of largest class we are going to call input function. So it will call input function. You need to input two values of the variables, that is value of a and value of b. After that you need to do what? It will call output function. In the output function, what you have mentioned, cout largest number is, so it will print largest number is on the screen. After that it will call test function, so it will switch into the test function. Suppose I have entered 10 into the variable a and 5 into variable b. In such cases 10 greater than b, the condition is true, so it will return value of a, that means 10. So test will return 10 and largest number is 10. In this way it will print on the screen. Similarly, suppose if you are going to input value of a by 10 and value of b by 15, in such cases it will switch into the else part and it will return the value of b, that is 15. So test will return value by 15. So it will print largest number is 15. Now let me run the given code. Value of a is 10 and value of b is 5. So it will print largest number is 10. Similarly, suppose I am going to input 10 into a and 15 into b. In such cases, largest number would be 15. So in this way, program is executed. Now the third program, which is related with the nesting of member function. See, this class we have taken differently because I want to show you that any class you can develop, but give proper name of your class. Number 2, over here we have taken right now, see, void input and void output. These all are the functions without argument, without return value. But over here we have just take different kinds of UDF, that is without argument with return value. Over here we have mentioned 2 return statements, but at a time it will executed only a single statement. So that thing you need to keep in your mind. Now let me take one new file. Example of nesting of member function. This is the third program. Has include iostream.h and has include ponyo.h. Now let me give the definition first. You need to create one class called mark, right? The name of class would be mark, and you need to include, or you need to input mark of 3 subjects from the user. You need to create 3 different functions, or we can say UDF, which is declared inside the mark class. Number 1, input method, then calculate method, and then output method. So based on that, and our concept is what? You need to use the concept of nesting of member function. There are no specific rules to call function within the other function. You just need to maintain the sequence of calling of member function. So let me create the class mark. Don't forget to write public keyword. Then our requirement is such, I need to take mark of 3 subjects, that's why I have taken M1 plus M2 plus M3, that is our formula. Now 3 functions I need to declare. Void input, using void input we are going to input mark of 3 subjects. Enter mark 1, cin M1, cout, enter mark 2, cin M2, and cout, enter mark 3, cin M3. So in this way we are going to input mark of 3 subjects. Now integer calculate, because I want to calculate mark of 3 subjects, and only return statement I need to write. If you want to take any answer variable over here, right, at that time you can take that variable. You need to declare answer also over here. Then answer equals to M1 plus M2 plus M3 and return answer. In that way also you can write the code, but right now I am just going to calculate the result and I am going to return the values. Now what happens? Now next code would be of output. I am going to develop the body of output function. You just need to write one line total of 3 subject is, and then call the method calculate and semicolon. Now it's time to develop the structure of void main, CLR SCR and get CH. The name of class would be mark m dot input. No need to call calculate method because it is already called from the output function, so you just need to call output function. Let me save the given code. Program number 15. Let us run the code. Total of 3 subject is 165. Only the difference is there, we are just calling method within the method, but method would be declared inside the same class. That is, these 3 are the methods input, calculate and output. That 3 methods are belongs from the class mark. So be careful that same class contains different method, and that method can be called within the same method of same class, like this. Or as I have told you, suppose you don't want to use m1 plus m2 plus m3, in such cases you can take one more variable, integer variable answer, and over here you can write answer equals to m1 plus m2 plus m3, and after that you can return the value of answer variable. So in this way you can use the concept of nested class, and once you create the concept of nested class, at that time no need to call with the help of object, but directly you can call it using inside the class or member function inside the class. Let me share the notepad file for the same. Nesting of member function. 3 variables we have declared. Suppose you want to take pointer variable over here, then you, instead of array, you also can use pointer. The difference between array and pointer I have discussed in our previous video. Suppose you are going to take array, at that time it is static, or we can say it is fixed. Suppose you are going to store 5 values inside array, even though remaining space would be occupied by the variable, but in the case of pointer it is totally dynamic. That means once you declare some variable as a pointer variable, in such cases whatever the data you have passed inside the variable, it will occupy the memory, that much memory only. Then we have declared 2 functions, and within get data I have called display functions. I have shown you the demo regarding if I don't want to call display functions from the get data. In such cases you just need to call my get data function from the display function, but you need to maintain the sequence of calling of nested function. Over here emp e1 dot get data. Remember one thing, that output would be same in all the programs, but the way it is executed would be different. So employee e1 dot get data, it will call get data. It will ask to input values from the keyboard. After that, this bracket is not completed yet, it will call display function. Display will display all the values which is stored inside the variable. After that, the completion of display function, it will again come into the get data, and the bracket of get data is over. And at last get ch is executed, and completion of void main. So in this way nesting of member function is executed. This is the program number 13. Don't give program number 11. This is the program number 13, or we can say this is the first program of our today's session. Let me write on the screen for few times. Let me scroll down. Program number 13. Now program number 14, nesting of member function. This is the program number 2 related with this topic. We have taken two variables. We have created one new class that is called largest class. We have taken three different functions, but over here we have declared function without argument with return value. Over here we have written two return statements, but at a time only one statement is executed. And from the output class only I have called test method. From the output method only I have called test method. So that concept is known as nesting of member function. So I just need to call function input as well as output. No need to call function test with the help of object. Why? Because we are going to call test method from the output method, so it will automatically call when we call the output method. This is the exercise I want to give you, but in our video I have already given you the practicals regarding that exercise, so no need to write that exercise. You just let me share the program first regarding the nesting of member function 2. Let me scroll down. Don't write this exercise because our next program is related with that exercise only. So this is the program number 14 of our today's session, and next program, that is last program related with the nesting of member function. We have created a class mark. We have taken three variables, three methods also, input, output and calculate. Again we have called calculate method from the class mark. I have told you if you want to take answer variable, then you can write answer equals to m1 plus m2 plus m3, and you can return the answer variable. But you can also write formula directly with the return statements. So I have written formula for such, and with the help of object of class mark I have called only two methods because I have called calculate method from the output method. So in this way we can call function within the function of class. So this is all from my side. This is more than enough for our today's session. In our next session we are going to develop the programs which are related with the private member function. So up till there, goodbye everyone.